going, Dolce Vita? What's everyone doing? Yeah, I'm from Texas, and I do look like the guy from Blue's Clues. That's kind of my vibe. How many of you guys watch the NBA? How many of you guys keep up with basketball? Yeah. I've been watching a lot of it lately, and I was reading about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant would wake up at 4 a.m. and he would go to like the practice courts at like 6 a.m. and he would start immediately shooting threes, and he would work out, and he just had this monster energy to him, man. He was just awesome. But like, I woke up the other day and said out loud, I'm too tired to masturbate. I'm from Texas. I come from a long line of like strong, like big Southern gentlemen, and my dad's definitely like the toughest guy I know. I've only seen him cry twice in my whole life. I saw him cry when his mom died and when McCain lost. One time, he used to do yard work barefoot because he was like, that's how our ancestors did it. And I was like, all right, well, you don't have to be a dick about it. His dad is even more of a badass. I remember one time when I was a little kid, my dad's from a ranch, and so my grandpa runs this big ranch in like southern Texas. And so we were driving through the pasture one time, and he just stops, he looks out from his truck, and then he just stops the truck, and he goes to walk out to see just something in the distance. And I was like 9, I didn't care, I was on my Game Boy or whatever. And then I just hear just an aggressive and I look up, and I see him just kind of sauntering back, and he gets in the car, and we don't talk for about like 5 minutes. And finally I go, hey, what was that sound? And he goes, I got bit by a snake. I was like, you got bit by a snake? He was like, yeah. And I was like, what happened to it? He goes, it's dead now. Okay, should we go to the hospital? He goes, Wheel of Fortune's about to be on. Dude, he's the oldest man ever. He's so old that one time he was like, hey, you got any colored friends? And I was like, shit, all right, we're... I was like, yeah, I mean, I have a few. And he goes, good. That looks good on a resume. I'm putting this down on a resume. Like, it says here that you're attending Syracuse University, you're an Eagle Scout, and you have a friend named Tyrone. Welcome to the team. No, he's a badass. He used to light a cigarette with like the ash of another cigarette, and he was like, I only use one lighter a day. And that was his thing. He used to put his gun on the table before we ate dinner, and he's like, I'm the man of the house, I deserve it. And we're like, well, you don't need to bring it into the dining room. But like, here's the deal. I have this long line of like these strong men and everything, and I'm the firstborn son. I'm supposed to be like the man of the house one day and everything. But I texted my roommate like a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, it's getting chilly out. I need the blue cardigan. Could you bring it from the room? The one that, like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I got you. And that's the type of guy I am. I'm in my 20s now, and I remember when I first started college, we would go to the liquor store and use our fake IDs or whatever. And so you'd go in and you'd hand them that, and they'd look at it. And the first time I went in, the guy goes, ugh, is fake. I freaked out. I was like, what? And he goes, I don't care. That's when I realized something vital, though. These guys that run these stores, they'll sell you anything, man. You want the gun? You want the gun with bullets? You want 7-year-old boy named Yaakov? He's strong. Oh, wow. You want the blue cardigan for when he gets killed? I wanted that blue cardigan. Yeah, when I was growing up, I went to Catholic school. And so we used to have to watch this video that was it was called Keeping Kids Safe. And what it was the Catholic Church's way of being like, hey, don't get molested. And so I remember we used to pile into the classrooms and we'd all sit around. And at the first time I saw it, I was like, fucking movie day? No, dude, it was really depressing. And the thing is, it was like real interviews. And I remember one guy, they would show the guy who was the sex offender, and he would come in and he was like, I was a soccer coach, and all the kids loved me. And then it showed the jail doors. He was like, then I spent 8 years in federal prison. But they would show the kids that that whole thing happened to, and it was really sad because they were all closed off and they were all wearing black and everything, and you could tell that they're you could tell that they were going to become stand-up comics. They would, there was always one kid though that got molested by the hot female teacher though, and he had a backwards hat on and a hoodie, and he was tossing around a football, and he was like, yeah, I bagged suit, sorry, I got molested. But the thing is, they would show us this, and I remember that pretty much what would happen is they would show that how it started. That was the whole thing. Was they were you need to watch out for the signs, and they always had one kid who was he would come on and he would talk about how the whole thing, and they said it started by buying things. That was the whole situation. It started by people buying them things, and basically he goes, yeah, it started. He bought me a Xbox, a pair of sneakers, a skateboard. Hulk hands, and I'm in 6th grade during this, so I'm this sounds like a pretty good deal. You're telling me I give up a little bit of my innocence and I get all this cool shit? And so I would go out into the lockers, and I would just wait in the hallway and just be like, oh, I dropped my pencil. I didn't get anything out of it. The only thing I got was I got a blue cardigan. That's a callback, dude. 3 of them? Yeah. There's a lot going on in the news lately with women and with the whole Me Too thing, and I've learned a lot growing up in this era, and that's that women talk mad shit about men, and they deserve to. Don't get me wrong, but if we say anything in response, here's the deal. All of Twitter is men are pigs, men are trash, men blah blah blah. And I agree, but also if I say hey, sometimes women talk too much, then I'm a Nazi, and that's immediately how I get labeled. And so I remember that pretty much, I'll tell you the story that I'll close with. I'll leave you with this. I was with a friend, I was with a girlfriend, right? And we were walking down the street back from class, and here's the deal. There's a whole thing with men have to listen to women when they talk about their periods. That's a new thing in my generation. Is that's our way to be woke. And I'm 20, I'm down with it. I get it. I'm cool with it. I'm hip. But I don't need to hear it. And so she just starts she's with her friend, and I'm just kind of trailing in the back, and they start getting really graphic about their periods and just throwing a lot of information at me. So I was handling it well, and then at one point I was like, hey, can we talk about this another time? And they're like, you're sexist. And I was like, no, I'm not sexist. And they're like, yes you are, you're sexist. And I said, don't call me sexist. And they said, you're sexist. And I said, I'm not sexist, you're a misogynist. Stop calling me a misogynist. You are sexist. And then I said, well, you're a bitch. And then now guess who's sexist? It's me. I get sexist. And here's the worst part about this whole situation. Then, I could have mended things with this girl. But I decided I'm going to play her at her own game. I'm going to out-drama her. So, by the way, trying to out-drama a woman is like saying, I'm going to swim faster than that shark. And so that's not something that you're going to do. So, pretty much, I don't know how to end this, if we're being honest. Pretty much what happens is she breaks up with me, and now if you ask, I was told I shouldn't say the specific sorority, but if you ask any of the in the area, if you're like, oh, what do you think about Hayden Broom? They'll tell you I'm a piece of shit. And you know what? That's fine. That's
Yeah!